Hello guys, and we're here today with another very interesting deck profile. We're here today with some Dracopals, yes, some Dracopals, because this deck, despite getting hit very heavily on the ban list, is nonetheless still a very good deck and can still do a lot if it opens up well. It did get hit in the consistency department, but there are some replacement cards and a little bit of interesting rulings that I didn't know about. So let's go right in. We have 3 Master Pendulum and 3 Draco Ruler or Vector Pendulum. This is for our Rescue Rabbit. We want to have 2 different targets for him, because if you draw into one of each, or if you draw into 2 of your normal monsters, you should be able to still use Rescue Rabbit. So definitely very useful, and of course can be summoned off of Draco Face Off. On 1/1 keyboard, because well, it's at 1, it is our 1 card scale and allows for a lot of our combos. Once you see him, you tend to get your combos and your engine going, and so that's very good. Naga, he's the complement scale to Guyu Total, because well, otherwise you wouldn't be able to pendulum summon. He will let you draw one when activating, and you can use his pendulum effect to boost up a monster you control by 300 attack. And then Luster Pendulum is Luster Pendulum, destroy a card and then add another copy of it to your hand, another pendulum card, of course. And then Joker, being able to summon himself on out and then search for a performance power card, is definitely very useful, just getting whatever you want. And then 1 Trick Clown, running Trick Clown because Pendulum Rising, which I'll get to in a bit, and it's nonetheless it's Trick Clown. He 1 card XYZ pretty much. And then Mask Chameleon, of course, is Mask Chameleon that helps us with making other level 8 synchros and of course making Ignister. And Perform Power Pendulum Wizard is of course the heart of the deck. You summon him out, he is our Wavering Ice. He will destroy our pendulums and then allow you to get more searches off and do even more plays. Second Donkey, he is our, well, he's our Joker. If you have 2 cards in your pendulum zone and summon him, and this can be activated more than once per turn, so combos, you can send a Perform Power monster from your deck to your graveyard. But if you have 2 cards in your pendulum zone, you can add to your hand. Rescue Rabbit, banish him, and you get to summon on out 2 different, two normal monsters of the same name. And then 2 Lizard Draw, high scale, so you can draw with him in Guyu Total, but you don't want him to have a scale. You want him as a scale with one keyboard, and of course you will can destroy him to draw cards. So nonetheless, very good and just even more consistency plays. And then Guyu Total, drawing every time you activate a Perform Power card in your other pendulum zone. And then Glow Bulb just allows for making Naturia Beast and Trishula. And of course, if you can make Naturia Beast using either Wizard or Second Donkey or Rescue Rabbit as well. And that's it. Yes, that's it. It's nonetheless a very strong play, can hurt a lot of different decks, or you can use it to make Trishula, which is just as annoying. And then 1 Instant Fusion. We're not running 2 because this deck doesn't have room, in my opinion, for 2, but we are running the Soul Charge, so you can get back your Norden and get out another monster. So for 1000 life, you can get out another monster, which could set you up for a Trishula play or something else, such as a great XYZ play. And then 1 card of Demise. This is great 1 in this deck, because if you play 3 and you open up with it, it's practically dead, because there's no way you're not going to be able to special summon and get rid of all the cards in your hand. So I play only 1. It's a great card to draw into at one point of the game and then set up, and then if bad stuff happens and you're still alive, you can of course use this to get 3 cards, and then well, you can't pendulum summon and really you can't make a play, you can nonetheless have 3 cards, so that can really help you get through your deck and other stuff. So Pendulum Rising, this is our new Wavering Eyes, but I found out that there's an interesting ruling, at least on Deck Pro, you cannot use a pendulum monster. So you send a monster you control to the graveyard, so apparently that has to happen. So you cannot use any of your pendulum monsters. But if you use Trick Clown, if you use Mask Chameleon, if you use your Second Donkeys, or if you really want to Rescue Rabbit, but why would you do that? You can summon out a pendulum monster from your extra deck with the same level, such as Wizard. So pretty much the combo is place, or just get 2 scales out that you don't really care about. Summon out Second Donkey, search for like Guyu Total, and then use him to get rid of Second Donkey, and then summon out Wizard, pop those 2 scales, they go to the extra deck, and of course you will get yourself a Guyu Total and a, like, what? Lizard Draw, Joker, something else, and then you have a, or maybe even another Second Donkey, because like I said, you can use this effect more than once per turn, so that could allow you then to get a Joker. And then you have 2 monsters, no, actually you have 4 monsters on your side of the field, just with that combo. Just having 2 Pendulums and then Second Donkey and then Rising. which can be actually kind of difficult to pull off. Foolish is for Glow Bulb, and of course for the Draco Slayer, because you can always summon him back out with him, so it's not too awful of a card to run, and it's the only way to really see Glow Bulb besides of drawing into him. And of course he can also get us our Trick Clown. Draco Face Off summons out Luster Pendulum, and he's practically this only other card that's great for having a scale, because we're running a lot of low monsters. Let's see, that's 6, that's 9. What else is low? That's another 11. We're running 11. And how many high cards are we running? 1, 2, 3, but why would you use them as a scale? And then this guy makes 6, and then that would make 8. So 8 max, really only 7, but then again, you can get us our monkey wood. 2 Twin Twister maybe needs to be put up to 3 because I like to go second with this deck, but nonetheless, just being able to get rid of your opponent's back row is very good. And then, of course, the mandatory Triple Strike and the 1 Warning. And then on to the deck, the extra deck, we're running the 1 Dinoster, the 1 Ignister, and of course the 1 Magister. Running the Glow Bulb does definitely put stress on the extra deck, meaning that we cannot run TER, so that way we could run another Instant Fusion. So of course, just 1 Norden, no TER, 1 Trishula, and then 1 Naturia Beast, just a great anti-meta cards. Just your opponent will be surprised to see them, and then they'll cry, especially in the mirror match. And then Stardust Dragon, definitely very useful. If you have your Mask Chameleon out and you really don't feel like making Ignister, like if you can make, like if you're going first, don't make Ignister. Do not make Ignister. But if you can make Stardust or Cyframe or Lord Omega, that's great place. Like if you can make this guy and one of these other 2 cards, you've won practically, because Stardust is gonna be great card just to like say no. And Cyframe Omega is going to let you 1 see their hand and 2 get rid of a card from their hand for that turn. And so nonetheless, he is definitely very useful. So just being able to do that is really good. And of course, when you're making plays, if you go second, if you can attack and make your plays, having Ignister is very good. And of course, the Soul Charge can summon him on out unless his summon was negated, that is. So you can get him back, which is always very useful. And then for the extra deck, we're running the 1 Utopia Lightning, and of course the 1 Utopia, the 1 Dark Rebellion, the 1 101, and the 1 Castell. You just gotta know when to use these cards. If you're looking for protection, make the 101. If you want to bounce a card, really don't want it to hit the graveyard, make the Castell. And if you want to do a lot of damage, make the Dark Rebellion. And then, like I said, 1 Magister, 1 Dagus Emerald, because you can also use them to summon out your normal monsters here. And of course the 1 Abyss Dweller for the Phantom Knight matchup, and of course the Cosmo matchup. And so this deck I still feel is very useful. Very competitive. Of course, for extra deck cards, I highly recommend Trap Eater and a Maxi, of course, to go along with that. If you want to, you can put Maxi, because like I said, I like to go second with this deck, so having triple Maxi in the deck helps out for that type of stuff to prevent your opponent from making huge fuels turn 1. But of course, this deck is nonetheless still very powerful if you get your engine going, which can be kind of difficult. It may take a couple turns, but as long as you can survive those couple turns, honestly, you should have your engine going by your second turn or by your third turn at max, unless you just absolutely bricked. Because there's a lot of combo scales that still work in the deck, and of course, Pendulum Rising is very useful. Second Donkey searches out this guy, so as long as you can get rid of your scales, then it's pretty decent. Of course, having Wavering Eyes go to 0 hurt a lot, but yeah, the deck is nonetheless still very powerful. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck before. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.